So good evening, good evening, good evening. We are back again, another stream. Do smash the likes up on the video. Do download HOTMIC if you haven't already. I was going to do a watch along tonight for the Man United game. I'm not doing that now. So I will be back again at 9 o'clock with an Arsenal related stream. I'll have a little look. Well, I say I look forward to the Liverpool game. It's probably not going to be a look forward, really, is it? Nobody's really looking forward to it. But I will be back at 9 o'clock for that one. So make sure you do come and join in. Download HOTMIC, like I said. Use my code. Like I said earlier on, we're very close to 800 people on that. I've just gone live on that as well. So if you want to watch on HOTMIC, check it out. Go and do that right now. And we're going to get into talking about some players, not just Ozil. I'll come to him in a minute. I want to speak about this guy real quick first. He's linked with a loan to Stuttgart. Now, obviously, we know that he's been at Nuremberg this season. And apparently he's done pretty well. I can't say as I've seen him play a single game for them, so I'm not going to pretend like I know that he's been brilliant or anything like that, because I genuinely don't. But Stuttgart are looking to loan him. What I'm kind of baffled by this is, why don't we just sell him? Like, it's not going to cost a lot of money to sell him. It's not going to be stupid amounts in wages. He's probably going to be on about 5 to 10 grand a week max. Probably not even that. Probably about 3 to 5 grand a week. It'll cost, what, £1 million to get him, maybe less than that. Why don't we just sell him? You know, rather than loaning him out. What are we achieving by loaning him out? We're never going to use him. He's never going to play for Arsenal in the first team. So why are we even talking about loans with this guy? I don't understand that one. But it does look like he will be going on loan again next season back to Germany, just a different team this time round. So yeah, we'll see what happens with that one. I want to speak about this guy as well. Again, we're heavily linked to him today, and we've been linked to Mark Rocha quite a lot in the last 3 to 6 months, and I'd take him. I don't think he's exceptionally good, but I think he could offer something to our dead midfield, something that we haven't got at the moment. I think he's a pretty decent player. He is only 23 years old as well. And I think he's not a bad player. He is on contract until 2022. So he's into the last 2 years of his contract with Espanyol. And if we don't get Dani Ceballos next season, then this is a guy that maybe we should go and get. It's a guy that can dictate the tempo of play in midfield, very good passing range. As you'd expect, very technically good. And I think, listen, the price that we've been linked with this guy is about 30 million. He ain't 30 million quid. Espanyol are sat, I think, bottom of the table in Spain. Whilst they're poor, he's actually had not a bad season. He started 20 odd games for them. I think pretty much all of their games, league-wise. I'd say, well, actually not all of them. They've played about 36 games, haven't they? He's probably played close to, I think, 28 games, something like that, this season in the league. 30 odd million, I think, is a little bit steep. But Dani Ceballos, is he the answer to Arsenal's midfield? Probably not. Whilst he's played pretty well in the last few weeks, he doesn't want to be here. He wants to go back to Madrid or Betis or anywhere other than Arsenal. And he's going to cost about 30 odd million quid as well. So what do? We need a creative midfielder in there, somebody who can take a man on, split the defence with passes, like he did, Dani Ceballos, for Saka into Aubameyang against Leicester the other week, last Tuesday. Is this guy the answer? I think that, like I said, he's been a shining star in an absolutely dead team this season at Espanyol. And I think it might be worth a punt. I'm not saying I'll 100% go for it, but not for 30 million anyway. If we could get him for around 20 odd million quid, 20, 25 million, I think that would represent a decent bit of business for us. So I'd take that if it was that. Anything over 25 million, I think there's better options out there. Another one we've been heavily linked to in the last couple of weeks is Malang Sarr. This guy's a free transfer. So maybe, just maybe, we can go and get this deal done. And we're centre-back FC at the moment, aren't we, really? Let's be real here. We've got more centre-backs than any other position in the team. And not one of them's any good. It's kind of mad. I just spoke about I just spoke about Mavropanos. He's never going to be good enough to make it at Arsenal. This boy plays for Nice. He's a free transfer, like I said. We've already signed Saliba, so he's coming in next season. And it depends what Mikel Arteta wants to do in terms of going with a back three, a back four, whatever he wants to do with that. Depends on whether, I suppose, we sign this guy. We signed up William Saliba, loaned him out. We've then signed up Pablo Mari. He's injured. He was injured when we signed him. But this guy is not a bad centre-back. And I'm just sick and tired of seeing the same centre-backs in this football club. I want to see something different. Same in midfield. I just want to see different faces in the team. Don't want to see David Luiz and Mustafi and Kolasinac as a back three next season. Yes, I know we've got William Saliba coming in, but we need to slowly with that one, because let's be real here. The guy's had a couple of injuries over in France this season. It does look like he's going to be going back and playing in the cup final for St Etienne. They're in the Coupe de France. So it looks like he's going to be going back out there. That hasn't been exactly tied up yet. Arsenal are still negotiating a fee for that one. Because everything comes down to fees now. So you want him, you got to give us money. That's how it works these days. But I don't want to see half of these centre-backs here next season, if not more. Sadly, with Genu, it does look like he's going to sign Mustafi up to a new deal by all accounts. We've already signed David Luiz up. We've signed Pablo Mari. We've got William Saliba. Is that our four for next season? If so, then Malang Sarr ain't coming, is he? But again, we'll see what happens. It's going to go a long way. I'm sure there's clubs queuing up for the guy. He'll probably end up at Everton or somewhere like that. Let's move on to this guy. Oh dear. This guy. The latest reports that I've read in the last couple of hours suggest that Mikel Arteta has had just about enough of this geezer, and he wants him gone this summer. Not next summer, this summer. And basically has had enough of him. He wants him out. We all know that apparently he has back spasms when he doesn't get picked. But Mikel Arteta was quizzed after the Derby game and said he's still in the same position he was 2 weeks ago, which was not in the squad. And he said that we'd have to manage everything internally, etc., etc. He was then pressed on that and asked what he meant, and he said, "I have nothing to say." Now, there is a lot of reports going around that he's going to see out his contract. He's going to stay for the entirety of the last 12 months. And you know what? 100%, I think that's what he wants to do. The guy's a leech. Yeah, the guy ain't interested in football anymore. Yeah, he genuinely couldn't care less about being a Premier League footballer. I don't think he actually cares about being a footballer full stop. He's probably another one in the mould of Bellerin. Probably don't really like the game. He's just been half good at it. And it pays him a nice, handsome sum every season. If we could get this geezer off the wage bill this summer, for me, that's the biggest transfer we could do. That would be massive for us in terms of freeing up £18 million in wages a year for the next year. We could invest that into Aubameyang, sign him up. We could invest that into somebody else's wages if we want to go and buy Thomas Partey, for example, or Malang Sarr, or Mark Rocha, any of these other players. That would potentially pay wages for probably all of them. It'd probably cover all of them. Malang Sarr's not going to be on stupid amounts of money. Mark Rocha the same. Aubameyang wants 250. You could probably add about another 40 to 50 grand to that 350, and that would then cover them 3 players alone in wages. That is how much this guy is fleecing this football club. And I've seen people say, "Oh, you can't blame him." On one hand, you can't blame him. They offered him the deal. He accepted the deal. But at the same time, he pays his agent a percentage of that deal, or a fee, an agent's fee, to get him the best deal. So you can blame him. Yeah. I wouldn't say, listen, the club was stupid to give him the deal. Yeah. They bolted because Sanchez went. Yeah. Everyone can laugh that Sanchez has flopped since he's left. Irrelevant. At the end of the day, he see what Sanchez was doing. He played the game. He run his contract down. got his agent to go in there with a stupidly high figure, and Arsenal went, okay, we're spreading for you, mate. Yeah, how deep do you want us to go? Yeah, and at the end of the day, what has he done to warrant a 210 grand a week pay rise in the first place? And what has he done since he's got that pay rise? That has got to have been one of the worst piece of businesses we have ever done as a football club. And the day he leaves, I swear, I am going to be over the moon. But it does look like Mikel Arteta does want him gone now. How we go about doing that is going to be quite complicated, I think. I think that we could either buy his contract out and say, there's your 18.2 million, now jog yourself on. It will be a jog because he don't run anywhere. Or we just stick him in the reserves and let him rot for a whole season and say, cool, you want to stay? Yeah, no dramas, bruv, no dramas. We'll stick you in the reserves. You ain't playing a single game for this football club ever again. And you can go and train with the under-18s. Yeah, we'll still pay you $350 a week. And in a year's time, yeah, you ain't got nowhere to go, mate, because nobody's going to buy a finished footballer that's not played football for well over a year. That is what I would do if he don't want to take the money. Yeah, because he doesn't have to accept the money. He will accept it if we offered him the £18.2 million. But I don't think, firstly, we're going to do that. If he doesn't want to leave, the only other alternative is make him rot in the reserves with the kids. But the day he leaves, yeah, I'm having a party on this channel and you're all invited. Yeah, trust me, that day is going to be the biggest day we have had for a long, long time. And it's kind of sad that we're celebrating footballers leaving. But that's where we are as a football club. And the quicker people accept that we're crap, the quicker people accept that we're going nowhere fast, and stop bigging up bang average footballers for years and years and years off of the back of failure every year, and stop getting all gassed and hyped up when we have a couple of good results. Oh, we're back. We're back. Well, we got our pants pulled down yesterday, and no doubt we'll get them pulled down even harder against Liverpool on Wednesday. So, oh, and then we got Man City in the Cup semi-final on Saturday. That should be fun. De Bruyne running through midfield. Sterling, Mahrez, Aguero, Bernardo. Oh dear, oh dear, oh dear. Kolasinac, Bellerin. They're going to have nightmares all week about them games. But there we go. Anyway, do smash the likes up. Let's come to some of your comments. If you haven't downloaded HOTMIC, what are you waiting for? Use my code. It's free. The link is in the description. I will be streaming every stream on there from now on. Hence why I'm doing this one on there today. Sam says you got me excited. I thought Arteta wanted out. No, that'll probably be in about 6 months when everyone comes on board, mate. Ozil gone. I think we need a party. It would be nice. How have you been, says Elijah? I've been very good, mate. Been very good. Roland says, hope you're doing well, still fuming. Yep, I'm... listen, I ain't even angry over it. I was a bit peed off yesterday. But at the same time, I've seen the same story before, mate. Yeah, and people can twist it, shape it, be positive, be negative, whatever you want to do. I couldn't care less. At the end of the day, I will always say what I think. And yesterday was a joke. And we were crap. But there we go. Ewan says, I personally sell Mavropanos. He's never been good enough for me. Clumsy on the ball, weak in the tackle, and a liability at times. He hasn't really played many games for us, but yeah, he's a bit of a weird one, isn't it? You know, he come in, I think he got injured in a couple of games. He had a red card in one of the games. We haven't really seen him since. So yeah, if Ceballos wants out, we can't buy him. We need a player who's playing for the badge, doesn't think about the individual performance. Get rid of Ozil, pay him out. Yeah, I agree. All of you guys are spot on right now. Totally agree. When Ozil leaves, I'm having a party. Bring your vodka and your Charlie, says Shane. Oh, dear. We've lost all respect. Twisting people's up. Bruv, Robbie's sound, man. Now, Robbie's cool, bruv. Listen, I like Robbie, man. Yeah, Robbie's always going to challenge me because I have an opinion that doesn't go with the grain. Yeah, so he's always going to pull me up and say stuff, man. I don't get salty about it. Robbie's cool, man. Robbie's sweet. When was the day you turned on Ozil? Probably about 4 years ago, mate. 3-4 years? Yeah, it was about 4 years ago. But there we go. Arsenal should be should be jailed for crimes against a section of humanity, their own fans, ironically. I'm done for the season. Bruv, do you know what? Thank you for your donation as always, mate. I look at it and I just think that when we accept as a fan base that this club is nowhere near how fans gas it up to be, yeah, and actually people accept that. Remember before we come out of lockdown, we can get top 4. Remember I sat and said we couldn't. We got no hope. We'd be lucky to get top 6. You're negative. Well, I was right again. Yeah, not that I want to be right. I actually want us to succeed, which is why I go in and why I get the ump with it and why I don't want this rookie as a manager and why I don't want half of these players here. Yeah, just because they play well for 4 games. Look what happened yesterday. I've seen people sitting there today saying we totally dominated that football match. Did we watch a different game? Just because you have possession doesn't mean you're dominating possession, dominating play in terms of having shots. We had 4 shots on target in the whole game. They had 8. They scored twice, we scored once. They dominated the game because their game plan worked. They sat and sucked it up and said, see if you can break us down and we'll do you on the break. The best thing they did yesterday, Tottenham, was switch Son and Lucas Moura. Yeah, as soon as they switched sides, yeah, they were pretty decent going forward. Yeah, and some of the balls that Lucas Moura was putting in. I see a stat, I don't know if it's actually true, but Lucas Moura made more tackles than our whole team yesterday and subs. Yeah, I don't know if that's true. I haven't checked it out. Somebody sent me a text earlier saying that. Somebody actually put it in the comments as well, so maybe it is true, saying that Lucas Moura made more tackles in that game than the whole Arsenal 11 and subs. If that's true, yeah, then seriously, come on, man. That's embarrassing. But there we go. How much funds do you think we'll have for the upcoming transfer window, says Lytton. Well, that's a bloody good question, mate. I think we'll spend about 100 million. I think we'll do about 100 million. But I'd say a lot of that, fingers crossed, will be players leaving this football club. Roland says, who should replace Zoolander at right back? It seems like Arteta has a grudge against Maitland-Niles. Who should be our right back? Who should be our right back? Maybe Cedric for now. Maybe Cedric. If you don't want to play Maitland-Niles, stick Cedric in there. Yeah, then bin off the fashionista at right back. Go and get Max Aarons. Then you've got a decent up-and-coming player that hasn't cost you an arm and a leg. It's probably cost less than Bellerin, there or thereabouts, the same maybe. Yeah, and he can learn off of Cedric, who's actually not a bad defender, is he? Oh, big up Kieran Tierney as well, by the way. Big up Kieran Tierney. Let me get a picture of Tierney up. My guy, my left back, my player of the month. He won Arsenal Player of the Month for June, and rightly so. Yeah, plenty more of them to come because this kid is absolutely brilliant. Yeah, I know he weren't great yesterday, and upset kids couldn't accept what I was saying or understand what I was saying. I said that he was poor yesterday, but he's the best crosser of the ball, and we took him off. So all the comments are going, well, you're contradicting yourself, man. You said he was poor, so why would you keep him on? Because he can cross a ball. Yeah, he just needs that one cross, and we might have equalised. Same with Pepe. Yeah, same with Bellerin. I said Bellerin played pretty well yesterday, but he shouldn't have started. Oh, how can you say that he played well but shouldn't be on the pitch? Because he's not good enough. Just because he played all right yesterday, I swear people don't engage their brains, man. People look at the game through stats rather than actually watching. It's mad. Like, how can you watch a game of football, yeah, not understand anything that's happening, and then look at the stats? I've seen a certain hipster tweeting out today about Granit Xhaka. 92% pass completion, 15 out of 15 passes backwards, 17 out of 20 forwards completed. Who fucking cares? Genuinely, this is what's wrong with modern football. People watch the game through statistics. XG said that we should have this. I see that one all the time. The fuck is XG, man? Seriously, watch the game, use these, yeah, and judge a player based on that game. Then judge that player again on the next game and the next game and the next game. And after a series of 6 months or a year or even 2 years, you have built up a proper opinion on that footballer. Basing on 92% pass accuracy, okay, cool. How many of them are over 10 yards? How many of them passes are over 10 yards? Can somebody tell me? No, you can't, because it's 92% pass completion. Who actually cares? Real talk. It's embarrassing. And you know what, right? This is why I get on so much better with a lot of Rifle fans, because they see what I see, because they haven't got their Arsenal rose-tinted glasses on. Yeah. So they see it as, well, actually, you speak sensibly. Whereas a lot of Arsenal fans don't like the way I speak, because it hurts their feelings. They get caught up in their feelings all the time. And like, I just find it all a little bit weird. Why don't you just say what you think rather than lying to yourselves? You know, I don't get it. We'd have a great fantasy team if XG worked. That's very true. Whatever dude says, goodbye to Kolasinac, Bellerin, Mustafi, Socrates, Mavropanos, Louise Chambers, Xhaka Torreira, 120 million. Hello to Romangoli, Upamecano, Regulan, Partey, Coutinho, Almeida, Sarr, Griezmann. Total 160, swap and loan. Well, look at the way you've just done that, mate. And it is genuinely that easy. Bin off the crap and move on. I like it when you complain. It's music to my ears. Bruv, people say I'm negative. I'm the most positive Arsenal fan on social media, mate, because I want us to win the title. These people don't. These people are happy to sit in 10th or 9th. Well, I don't even know where we are. One thing's for sure, it don't look like we're getting Europe. And this manager's come in and moved us up one place since he's been here. One place. Knocked us out of Europe as well. Even Wenger would have got past Olympiacos. United win tonight, they go third. But before the restart, deluded Arsenal fans would say that we have a better squad than manager. Being honest on Arsenal, you'll be a top 16 for 2 seasons. The problem we have, and listen, I've enjoyed watching United since we've come back out of lockdown, which is why I was going to do a watch-along from tonight. I'm not going to do it. I'm absolutely shattered, if I'm being honest. I'm going to do my stream at 9 o'clock and have an early one. Going to do a bit of shopping tomorrow, food shop and that. And we'll be back again. Hopefully, Arteta will be doing a press conference. I'll have that covered tomorrow if he does. And I will be doing my preview. And my starting 11, which is never what Arteta picks, because he don't pick the best 11, for the Liverpool game. So, yeah, I'll be doing that tomorrow. But Man United have been decent. Man United have signed a proper footballer in Bruno Fernandes. They've got a brilliant player as well in Martial. I've rated him since you signed him. Yeah, Rashford, I don't particularly rate him. Yeah, I don't think he's that great. And I think if you can upgrade Rashford, yeah, I think you're flying next season. And then you've got Mason Greenwood, who looks like he is the real deal right now, doesn't he? He's flying. He's well in it at the moment, which makes it all the more baffling as to why we don't play our player, Martinelli. I know he's injured now, but he gets player of the month in January. We don't see him again until second half of extra time against Olympiacos 2 months later. Like, why? You got player of the month in January, mate. Yeah, you scored, you run the whole length of the pitch against Chelsea, and then we don't see you again. Why? And then you get injured in training. Is he actually injured? Does anyone know if he is actually injured? He got injured by somebody in training. We don't know who that somebody is. And now he's busted his knee and he's out for the rest of this season. Is he actually injured? Or is it that we might have to pay a little add-on if we keep playing him and he keeps doing well? I don't know. There you go. Score prediction. I'll tell you that tomorrow at 9 o'clock. Happy birthday on Wednesday to Elijah. Jesus Christ, bro. We're playing Liverpool Wednesday. Probably best not to come on social media or watch Arsenal. Matthew says, what was the hype about Ozil? All I remember was his first World Cup and then Madrid cameo, the odd game. Bro, the World Cup that they won, go and ask Germans. They didn't want him, mate. They were booing him and telling him to jog himself on, yeah, in the group stage of that 2014 World Cup. Any German to tell you that. Tierney is really good. Club captain for me, says Elijah. Yes. Evening, Daniel. Yems, I'm fed up with Aubameyang. Me personally, sell him and get someone who actually wants to be here. Hope you're well. I'm very good, bruv. I'm very good. His body language at times is a bit pony, innit? Listen, he's scored a lot of goals this season. You can't really get onto him in terms of goal scoring. But if he doesn't score, he doesn't offer anything. I've said this since last season. And people were on my case last season about, oh, you don't know what you're talking about. It's fashionable to suck Aubameyang off. It's fashionable to suck Xhaka off. It's fashionable to suck Lacazette off. It's fashionable to suck other players in the team off. It's fashionable to suck the manager off because all the hipsters out there love doing it. Yeah, the fact and reality is when we stop overhyping mediocrity as a football fan base and demand a little bit better, we might actually get a bit better, because it's all well and good saying the owner has no ambition. Starts with you guys and me. I've got ambition. That's why I want us to win. That's why I want us to win everything. I want us to challenge for a title, which is why I go in on these people. Yeah, I'm sick and tired of us pandering to Hector Bellerin. The geezer's shit. Yeah, so are 3/4 of this squad. Bin the lot of them. But we won't do it, and we'll be in this position again next season. This manager's coming in December. He's fully kicked us out of Europe to Olympiacos when we were 1-0 up and we were going into a home game. And now he's not even going to qualify us for Europe at all. Yet people are still going to sit and suck him off. Sorry, you should be sacked. You should be sacked. If we don't get Europe, see you later. You failed. But trust the process. But there you go. Let's do a couple more. Apologies if you can hear the cooking, the noise in the background. Wifey's cooking up some salmon. I would take Jovic or maybe Alexander Isak from Sociedad, says Cole. He's not a bad young player, that Isak. The one thing I worry about him is he's already had about 3 clubs. There must be an issue there. I don't know. Top 6 season. Next season, no. Let's read one of these. Slag off the players as much as you can. Suck off the manager as much as you can because you wanted Emery out. Now you want to save face. Not really, because I don't suck Arteta off, mate. So you must have me mixed up with someone else. Genuinely, you must have me mixed up with someone else because I never suck Arteta off, mate. Go and watch the stream. Go and type in the date that he signed for Arsenal. Go and watch my streams. Go and watch the stream the day before where I put Arteta out and he ain't even got the job yet as the title. Yeah, didn't want him. Not good enough. Remember, the process is the process. Exactly. Listen, on that note, I am going to leave it there. I will be back at 9 o'clock UK time, obviously. So make sure you come back and check that out. Do download HOTMIC if you haven't already. Link in the description. Use my code. That always helps. And let's get that through 800. And I'm out of here, man. Latest, peeps.